Today I'm sketching at Lovesong Coffee located in North Park. This coffee shop has been at the top of my list for a while, and I knew that when I got back into cafe sketching that it would be the first spot I go to. The open space concept, interior design, the R&B and soul music playing, hanging plants, the natural and indoor lighting fixtures, the mini market space and unique seating arrangement, it feels like I was walking into my own creative brain. It was also next door to Pigment, so I knew instantly that this would be my new favorite cafe spot. When sketching at a cafe, finding the perfect spot is crucial for me. I thought about sitting at this bleacher style seating, but I didn't think I'd be comfortable without a normal table. The spot we chose was cute. I did feel like the seat was too high for the table, but once I got situated, it didn't bother me. Since I stopped drinking coffee months ago, I made it a thing to try out matcha lattes at every new cafe I go to. So from their menu, I ordered their iced Bodhi Boy, which is lavender, vanilla, ceremonial matcha, and milk. I rate the Bodhi Boy an 8.5 out of 10. The flavors are well balanced, but I would have liked it more if it was creamier. Next time, I'll definitely add the coconut cold foam. Prior to coming to a new coffee shop, I always search their social media and Yelp to get a feel of the environment. It gives me a sense of what scene I can potentially illustrate. I knew that I wanted to sketch part of the U-shaped seating counter, which is where you order. Initially, I wanted to draw the baristas, but there was a pillar that was blocking my view. Instead, I decided to draw these two ladies at the edge of the counter. I love their style, so I knew I would have fun with this sketch. Sketching people in motion still makes me so nervous, and I've been doing this for over a decade. The majority of the time, people are constantly fidgeting, moving in their seat, conversing with others, or they leave. So what I do is I will snap quick photos of the scene that I want to capture. Usually I take a photo of the full scene and then crop it if needed. I will look through them and find a specific pose of the people that I want to draw. And there are times when I do get lucky and find a person or people who rarely move, and when that's the case, I will draw them the way I see them through my own eyes. I will still snap a quick photo in case they leave, but I won't rely on it too much. And when it comes to everything else in the scene, like the interior design, the wall decor, the coffee machine equipment, and furniture, I prefer to look at the actual scene. Those are the only things in the space that remain still, and I'm able to notice the details, the colors, and the shadows. Now, I know it may seem weird to take reference photos of random strangers, especially if you're not an artist, but once I'm done with a drawing or illustration, I delete the photo. I normally don't show my drawing to the people that I draw because 1, I'm really shy, 2, they usually leave before I finish, and 3, I worry about the parking limit, so I tend to rush at the end of it. But what's cool about social media is that when I do post a final sketch online, the baristas and or the customers I sketched usually thank me for sketching them, and then they share it on their social media. This is my first on-location sketch where I'm using the Sailor Fude nib. I did feel nervous using it in public because it's still fairly new to me. I think of it as like I'm getting to know a new friend. It's somewhat awkward at first, but the more time you spend with each other, you feel more comfortable and your conversations flow easily. You both learn about each other's quirks, the way you work, think, and move through the world. With that newfound knowledge, you collaborate easily, and it's always a fun experience. I know I'll get to that point with the Fude nib. If you watched a video before this, I mentioned that I added my Hondian Black Forest fountain pen to my on-location sketching kit. It's my primary fountain pen for writing, and I've been enjoying it so far, but after filming that last video, I realized I didn't test it in this Leuchtturm1917 Pocket Sketchbook. So when I tested it out, I found out that the Hondian fountain pen feathers a lot on these pages. So when I got home, I decided to remove it from my sketching kit. Writing with the Fude nib is a lot easier in the sketchbook because of the smooth texture, so I'm happy to have it as my all-in-one sketching companion. I've received questions in the past asking me how I'm able to draw in public. People have shared their fears on being approached and being watched, and I definitely share those same fears. Prior to this day, I remember telling my niece Maddie how I still get anxious and nervous, especially since it's been a while since I've drawn on location. I've been open about my social anxiety and going out alone, so one thing that has really helped me is having someone there with me that I'm comfortable with. Having someone there who appreciates what I do, encourages me, doesn't rush my process, and makes me feel more at ease helps a ton. So I'm grateful that my niece is older now because I do love her company and she enjoys practicing and helping me film. At the same time, we're able to experience a new environment and create new memories together. In the past, I have had people watch and come up to me to praise my work. I do appreciate those small interactions, and it does motivate me. I do consider myself a very introverted and reserved person, but if someone comes up to me and strikes up a conversation and I instantly feel safe and calm around their energy, then my extroverted side comes out. If people are curious about what I'm doing, I'm willing to share and answer any questions they have. I will say that the more I do these on-location sketches, I am open to meeting and connecting with new people. Another thing that really helps me with on-location sketching is practicing mindfulness. I find that it helps a lot with any feelings of anxiety that comes up for me. Whenever I go out sketching, I get a feel of the environment and I notice how it makes me feel. I always talk about this in my videos, but I make it a point that I tune into my 5 senses, which easily calms my nerves. I look around and notice the people, the way they move and speak, the decor in the space, and the different colors I see. I listen to the music playing in the background, and oftentimes I find myself bobbing my head. I hear cars passing by, conversations surrounding me, and the sound of the espresso machine. I smell the freshly brewed coffee, and I taste the smooth and refreshing matcha. I also pay attention to the things I touch, like the table, the glass filled with an iced beverage, and my art supplies. So if you have this fear of drawing in public and you are constantly feeling anxious, I encourage you to really practice mindfulness, because when you tune into your 5 senses and you focus on the things that are surrounding you and you really take the time to appreciate them, it helps you stay grounded and in the present moment. You're able to savor that moment and really appreciate that moment for what it is. And the things that you were worried about, it just kind of dissipates, While I was there, I did have thoughts of, what if someone comes up to me because they notice that we're filming a video? I did notice people watching me, but I just really focused on what I was doing. Paying attention to every stroke, every detail that I was putting onto the page. There weren't anyone that came up to me except at the end when I closed my sketchbook and I was gathering all my supplies. There was one girl, before we left, her and her friends were coming in and they were kind of figuring out a situation, and I was like, you guys can take this table, I just need to clean up. And then that's when she asked, are you using watercolor? Yeah, that was the only thing. She didn't see my drawing because I already put it back in my pouch. But yeah, just little interactions like that, I don't mind. Like, even if just asking about my art supplies, I'm always ready to answer. If you're familiar with the North Park, Hillcrest area, parking can be a pain in the butt. Parking is such a huge thing for me with my anxiety. Like, I need to know the parking situation. But I did manage to find a parking space a couple blocks away. We only had like a 2-hour limit. I was like, I need to finish this before the 2 hours is up. I was a bit worried and nervous that I wouldn't finish in time, but I did finish maybe 20 minutes before the time was up, and so that's why I felt kind of rushed. But I was really pleased with how it turned out. If you guys didn't notice, I was gonna draw my drink on the other page, but I decided not to, so I erased it because I was thinking of actually doing an art journal page of that day. So my favorite thing about the space was the iridescent tiles on the walls. And so the way that I decided to illustrate that was just painting upward strokes of different colors like gray, purple, blue. And so that was just like my quick way of showing the tiling. I would love that tiling in my future home because it's so beautiful. It reminds me of the Little Mermaid. So I'm definitely coming back to this place. I love this space so much, and I'm so glad this is the spot that I chose for my cafe sketch. My first one of 2024, and there's gonna be more in the future. I'm really excited. This was just the kickstart for me to get back into it. I have been talking about doing more cafe sketches, and I'm finally doing it with the help of my amazing niece. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you've been to Lovesong Coffee, let me know in the comments and let me know what your favorite drink is. If you do plan on coming to San Diego, definitely check this spot out. This whole area is just really fun. There's a lot of cute shops, cute coffee shops. It's just a great place to hang out. If you'd like to see more cafe sketches from me, give this video a thumbs up so I know. Anyway, have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!